very close. I've had a couple of things spoiled unintentionally just because it's out there.
Yeah, you find out that Kylo's not really dead.
He's become a model.
That's right.
He only models pants. No shirts. Just pants. If you can't tell, we have some guests today on the show. Mm-hmm. We are back. We are at episode 27 for Earful, and we are joined today, first of all, by Patrick, once again.
Hi.
And we have TJ and Emily here.
Hello.
Hi.
Which longtime listeners...
First time callers.
All three of you.
Yeah,
might...
Wait a minute.
Hey, Sherry.
If our people that listen to this are here, what
Oh no,
who's
no one's
going to
listening
listen?
this week. If you happen to have remembered back in previous episodes, us mentioning Emily and or TJ, here they are, the celebrities of Earful, the podcast.
Yeah.
Well, I play a pretty integral role in your Disney experience.
What would you, if you had to come up with a title for yourself for this podcast, what are you? It's family friendly, just so you know.
Right.
Okay.
What is a good question? Maybe like the Queen Regent?
Oh, okay. What's the Dowager Countess?
Maybe the Dowager Countess. Because I'm kind of a grumpy.
But the grumpiness is necessary at times, I feel. Like, you put people in their place sometimes.
Yes.
What would TJ's role be?
Well, you gave me the title of war correspondent.
That's
like
right.
on
That's right.
Episode 3 or something.
Yes, and your coverage on the front lines is super important to us here on the show. We are here today to chat mostly about Emily's recent trip to Disney because she was there in the thick of it, is what I like to call it.
Boy, yes, I was.
She was there
howdy.
during wartime, basically.
I was, yes.
She was there the middle of December, right before Christmas holidays, and she has a lot to share about her trip. And TJ is just here because he wanted to be.
He follows
He's
me.
a fan.
He's a fan. Did you? I forget. Did you work at Disney ever?
Yeah.
What was your job there?
I was lifeguard at the Contemporary.
Really?
Interesting. Yeah. Emily, you can leave.
So
We're
wait
going to
a
talk
minute.
about
Now, wait a
this.
minute.
Yeah, you don't need me anymore.
Hang on a
See ya.
minute. So wait a minute. So you dressed up as a character and lifeguarded at a pool. That's fantastic.
Yes.
Donald with the swim trunks.
What?
Kate
That's
would be so
fantastic.
excited.
I'm a little warm right now. Tell me more. No, that's actually I have a friend, Lori. You know Lori. Patrick knows Lori.
I do.
Lori doesn't want to know TJ. I'm just kidding.
Oh, wow.
I'm kidding.
no.
Lori worked at Tomorrowland back in the 70s.
Oh.
And I would love to talk to her for an episode just based on what it used to be like then. Because you've been there 10 plus times. You've been there how many times?
Quite a few.
I mean, just from working there. I mean, I want to have one episode where it's just that. But today's episode is not that. It is Christmas Redux, as we are calling it. We're going back to talk about it. Emily got to ride Rise of the Resistance. She's going to talk about that as well. But before we get to that, we are going to discuss a few news clips. Let's get to the parks. So, as with every year, there are a couple of price increases that are coming to the parks. Patrick, hold on to your butt. This is going to rock your world.
Hang on a minute. I swear to God, if you're going to tell me they raise the prices of the shopping
those damn
bags,
bags again.
I'm flipping the table. We're out of here.
I can safely say that the bags are untouched. However, the mugs have gone from $18.99 to $19.99. I'm so sorry to inform you that. You were there. You didn't get the stainless steel one?
No, so I only saw other people have them. I didn't see them in a store or in the food court at the Wilderness
So you had
Lodge.
mug envy.
I did have a little bit of mug envy, yes.
Yeah. If you want to get the stainless steel and you're on the dining plan, it's a $10 upgrade. If you're not on the dining plan, it's $29.99.
$29.99.
Along with that, the dining plans have all gone up roughly about $3 per person for each dining plan, quick service dining, and deluxe dining.
Didn't we did a story about this like in the beginning of the year of the
Yeah, this was just to kind of update where we're at for 2020 because the typical price increases are in March.
But we
So
I
they're
thought we
going to
did one
go
in
up
September.
again.
I thought
We did. Yeah, we did. We talked a little bit about that.
What
This
what is
I'm just
happening?
refreshing our memories
Oh, so they didn't go up again
for the new year.
No, it was just it was the same up. It was just mentioned now.
Oh, I love
Now
that
it's
movie.
so and have you guys ever done the deluxe dining plan?
No.
Ever? I've always been curious.
It's so much food.
But
Challenge accepted.
It isn't because you can just do a ton of signature dining meals.
Still a lot of food.
Still a lot of food.
Yeah.
But like I said, challenge accepted.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
Now, what is the difference between?
Good question. Good
who
question.
would like to field this question? Emily, take it away.
Okay, so the standard dining plan at Disney, which is what you get, say, if you were to get free dining, if you were staying at like a moderate or deluxe hotel, so is the one quick service meal and one table service meal a day with 4 snacks? Or two snacks a person.
Yeah, it used to be like you got a dessert with quick service. They took that away and just gave you 2 snacks to use however you wanted to use.
So the
Per
deluxe dining
day.
plan is all table service all the time.
It's
So
any.
It's anything.
Yeah.
So you could go to quick service, but you
Right.
also could eat like at table service 3 times a day.
Yeah, or use 2 for a signature meal, 1 for table service, and then just use one of your other. I mean, if you're there for 7 days, you're going to get 3 meals of your choice, so 21 meals.
Right. Which I find the standard one to be plenty of food.
Oh my God, almost too much.
Does the deluxe, does that include Victoria and Albert's and the new place in Japan?
I don't believe so. I don't think so.
I think Victoria and Albert's is a set price per person,
Right.
And it's super. I think it's like $200 and some per person with wine, with pairing, all of that.
Right.
I don't think you can do a double for that one. They should though. They should open it up to the peons.
Right.
Otherwise, we're never getting there. I mean, unless you want to be nice and buy me a really nice birthday gift. Is that a no?
That's probably
That's
a
a
no.
hard pass.
That's a hard pass for me.
So we just said that Emily was there in the thick of it, but now Disney is in its off season. So they have made several changes to bus schedules and park hours. I don't know if you guys saw the recent article about how they were encouraging guests. There were signs posted encouraging guests to not use busing, but to use the Skyliner.
Yeah, those were up when I was there as well.
So it's becoming a problem that people are not using the Skyliner?
No, I think what they're trying to do is route the buses to the other hotels.
Saying since you have the Skyliner,
Right,
you're not
since
getting
it's
as
there,
many buses.
Technically, it's faster.
Because, Disney does have a bus shortage.
Oh, I know, especially with all the new ones they just released.
I'm being
all the new
sarcastic.
Did you see the new wrap buses?
Yep, sure did.
What was your favorite that you saw?
Oh, they were very pretty.
I wonder how soon they're going to have ornaments out that are the buses.
I know. The Tinkerbell one was really impressive.
Did it fly?
It didn't. That would have been
that's
more
not very impressive.
But I also saw a couple the old original purple seat ones. We were on a couple times.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's fun.
You can still smell the gas fumes.
Yeah.
And how was your life changed now that the Wi-Fi is available on the bus?
It was pretty minimal change. Yeah.
You could change
The
your...
Wi-Fi the entire time was very spotty, as was the app was not working.
You were there at max capacity, though, so of course.
Right, but I will say, and I will stand by this, it was busier at Halloween than it was at Christmas.
Interesting.
Yes.
Well, what did we see? They had some article where they were saying the park meet. Can't talk. The park was at capacity. Was it New Year's Eve or,
Eve.
They
or
had to
Christmas
shut it down,
Day
yeah.
or something? Was it New Year's
It was
Eve?
New Year's Eve.
At like 11 or 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
But I will say, hands down, that I went October of 18, and that was much busier
That's surprising.
than it was at Christmas.
Because people don't have time off then.
Right. I don't know if it's because the weather's warmer and so more people flock. I think the Halloween party is very popular.
Would you say the Halloween party's better than the Christmas party?
Well, it's hard to say. I didn't
your
get to go
experience
to the
was-
Christmas party.
Which is part of her trip report.
she
Not to
seems
spoil it.
angry about
Oh,
that.
she has every right to be angry.
Yeah.
Wait till you hear this story.
Yeah. Anyway, I don't know. A lot of people prefer the Halloween party. I like the holiday Christmas better than the holiday Halloween. So for me, the Christmas one is better. But the Halloween is super fun.
Yeah.
Plus,
Yeah.
you get candy.
Plus, you get candy. We get cookies at Christmas.
Yeah.
Oh my God, so many cookies.
Yeah, so many cookies.
So many cookies. We did not know going into it that we got cookies every station in the park. So I think we eat at Le Cellier beforehand and then went to the Christmas party and we were like, oh no.
The most amusing thing for me about that was the fact that Kate had decided since she had spent the money,
Oh, she had to eat the cookies.
she had to eat the cookies. And now, if you know Kate, that food is not her friend. She doesn't eat a ton.
I don't eat a vast quantity, but I enjoy it so much that I'm like,
So the fact that she she outpaced me with the cookies, that says a lot.
Yeah, was she a sick little puppy on the way home?
no.
No,
I
she's
just
fine.
I won't discuss what happened after that because it's not appropriate for everyone's ears. But you take them for the team when you're at Disney. I think we can all agree that our digestion is not the same when it's at Disney.
Cookies everywhere.
Yeah.
No, my God.
No reversal of
boy.
fortune.
So along with that, we were talking about how the bus service is going to be reduced. The monorail schedule is also diminished. Epcot's opening times for Future World, it's going to be 9 a.m., while World Showcase is 11 a.m. And a couple of refurbishments, Splash Mountain, Kali River Rapids, and Test Track are going to be closed starting January 6th and will not open again until the end of February or March. That also goes with Blizzard Beach and Typhoon Lagoon.
Cali was having quite a few downtime. It was taking a nap
When you were there?
When I was there, yes.
Why do you think that is?
I have no idea. They had talked about the refurbishment, and I thought, maybe it started already. But then when you look later in the day, it would be running.
Really?
So it was like on and off.
Do you think it was really busy during December? Because it's the water ride? I mean, can't be.
I can't imagine.
Of course, you said that your temperature was like 75, 80, right?
It was for like 4 days.
Yeah,
and
that's
then
hot.
Yeah, it was just raining the other.
That's hot.
That's hot. Ooh. Let's see what else. Oh, yeah, Rise of the Resistance. So during this downtime, Rise of the Resistance will not be available to ride during extra magic hours, which stinks. And the Baseline Tap House, one of our favorite places, will no longer be open during extra magic hours, which I love that place. Did I take you there?
Yes, you did.
Yeah, it's a great little place to stop for a nosh. And last but not least, the Festival of Fantasy Parade is back at the 3 p.m. runtime. And then the Imagination Pavilion at Epcot will have extended hours. So, we are going to get to Emily's experience on Rise, but there have been plenty of issues. And looking forward to how they're going to handle this, once they get out of their off-season, will be interesting because summer, it really ramps up. I wonder, is summer more attended than December, do you think? Because you've seen everything.
I have. I do. I'm not sure. It would have been interesting to see had it been like Christmas week.
Oh, yeah.
What it was like, I left the 19th. So, like I said, it wasn't awful. It was pretty equivalent, I'd say, to like what May was like.
Okay, yeah.
Without the heat.
Without the heat, yeah. Oh, but May is like the perfect time, in my opinion. That really is. It used to be October, but global warming has set in. And so
That's not real.
It's not real.
That's not real.
In October, now is really hot.
And Spaceship Earth is flat.
Yes. Yes. And Dame Judi Dench talks about an accent.
It's now the worst ride ever.
That's what the refurbishment is going to be. It's going to be Dame Judi Dench without her accent.
That guy was down quite a bit too.
Spaceship Earth?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, Junie was tired.
Were
She needed
people
a
getting
nap.
off the ride and wandering like they do in Haunted Mansion?
No, but you would go and there'd be like 4 people standing outside, cast members, and they'd be like, it's not working.
It's got to be the easiest one to maintain, don't
Like,
you think?
Isn't it time just to put it down? No,
What
dare you
refurbished. Not gone.
You know that feeling like when you
It
watch a
needs-
cat and it gets its hackles up and it just sticks, the hair. That was what just happened in this room.
Yeah. I love that ride. It's my mom's favorite ride aside from It's a
is
Small
kind of
World.
tired and old.
I still smell Rome burning.
Yes.
We have that
Exactly.
scent.
As long as it
Yes.
still has the burning smell, I'm
It just
fine.
needs a little shine, and it needs some
Polish.
a little polish,
Yeah.
and it needs maybe some new future.
The future needs to be more future.
You will use a dishwasher.
Yeah,
They can't get rid of Foxy Cleopatra, though.
no,
The lady with the knee highs. You got to keep her. So the boarding groups we talked about have been getting filled up just 10 minutes after the park opens, which means that even if you get there at 4 a.m., you're not guaranteed that you're going to get your boarding group first. So that's been very frustrating for some guests. The ride's been breaking down. Animatronics have been out of order. They have not been able to experience the attractions pre-show, which your experience was a little different. Yours broke down, which we'll get to.
So many teases.
I know. I'm trying to keep their interest, and by they I mean
The people
I mean
in
the
the
guests.
room.
Here.
I mean
Yes,
the
the
guests.
audience is here.
Please stay.
Sorry.
Don't leave. Now, interesting to note that the attraction will open in Disneyland on January 17th, and apparently that opening was delayed because there were issues that occurred during construction. But we've heard that has been resolved. There are going to be boarding groups there as well, and we don't know yet, obviously, if it's going to be as difficult. to get as it was here. Emily had said when she was getting ready for her trip that she was really frustrated because nothing was offered to Disney World Resort guests in terms of like go and at this time and ride rides like they did for Pandora.
Right.
They had a ton of extra magic hours for Pandora and they did nothing for Rise. And would you have been willing to pay money?
Yes.
To get
Honestly, just experience whatever, but honestly to make it easier to get, like, because it was just such a pain, which we'll talk about. The whole process.
Stay tuned. Stay tuned, everybody. It's almost like we're cutting to commercial. Like when we come back, but we haven't come back yet. We're still going.
Dun, dun, dun.
Now I'm gonna have to pass the computer over to Emily for this one because this is
I saw
really for her.
it
Unless
on
you
your
guys are Dooney and Burke,
notes.
Dooney and Burke fans.
It's hot pink.
No.
So there's a new Dooney and Burke line coming out. It's called the Park Life line, and these are going to be handbags that are nice and pink with light pink swirls, and they all have the attractions and the park icons.
Well,
so
your birthday's ruined.
Yeah, right? Crap, that would have been a good idea. Dang it. These are going to debut on January 10th, which is today. We're recording on that date. And we're thinking, we don't know how much it's going to cost, but the other bags have been $268. Now, would you like to own this based on what it looks like?
If somebody gave it to you as a gift?
Sure. Yes. Okay. So here's my thing. I do love a handbag, and I love pink.
Oh, boy.
Yes, and I love Disney. I'm Dooney and Burke has never been my jam.
Yeah. I don't think I've seen you own any. Do you have like a little hand, like the little, what's it called? The side sling.
Clutch?
No, that's not
I
it.
don't. I have a couple of
Side sling?
the Disney Vera ones, but I don't have any Dooney and Burkes.
They're due for some good Vera updates.
Yeah. They almost sold me on a really cute blanket that had the castle on it. Because their blankets are nice and fuzzy.
Maybe if they feature Spaceship Earth on a Vera, it'll like reinvigorate your love for it.
Maybe. They do have it on ears now, Spaceship Earth.
Oh, very
And then
nice.
the new Minnie Mouse collection. She has a
Couldn't you
themed
just
one.
make like a model of Spaceship Earth and that is your bag, like a big sphere?
Just carry it around.
Yeah.
Would it be a
Yes.
backpack or would it be like a handbag?
I think it'd have to be a handbag with a chain.
A clutch.
See, now if you put that and make a Death Star,
You
I'm
know-
on. I'm
You know
all
what
about
are
it.
real popular though, and if you were asked this question, maybe, could you answer it? What was like the most carried handbag style in the Disney World parks?
A diaper bag.
I mean, there were a lot
Seriously.
of like fanny packs.
This time it was the mini backpacks by Loungefly.
Oh, Loungefly's gotten real big.
Yes,
Yeah.
everywhere.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
See, my issue is I never want to stand in line and have my bag checked.
Well, I don't either, but I'm a
Ever.
woman, so like I have to have a bag.
What do you need your bag for, Emily?
Yeah, tell us.
What do you carry in your bag?
Lip gloss.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it's pretty big for a bag.
Wet wipes because I get sticky hands.
Yes, you do get sticky hands.
I do get sticky
yes.
hands. Excedrin. Things I just couldn't put in my pockets.
Yeah.
Also, I don't normally have pockets.
What do you have against pockets?
I just don't have pockets in like a lot of my clothes.
Do you not believe in pockets just like you think Spaceship Earth is flat?
I never said that.
I heard it.
Let's go to, you know what? We still don't, I feel so bad. We still don't have a sound effect for Disney Springs.
Jim.
Jim, get on this, please.
Oh, and I have after reading your episode notes, I
Yeah.
have a comment.
Whoa. There's episode notes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What the
Those
heck?
are things that I sometimes throw together like every week for our episode.
So mention your thing about Disney Springs, then I'm going to comment.
Okay. Do you want to like take the lead on this?
Sure.
Okay. So we're here to talk a little bit about security at Disney Springs. So
So in your notes, it stated that there is a security checkpoint at Disney Springs because their whole thing was that they found someone with
Disneyland.
Disneyland.
Yeah. If you'd read the episode notes
Oh,
carefully.
I did. I just didn't read them carefully, apparently.
Aha, I'm off the hook.
I have to say, there was no security at Disney Springs.
No, that's the thing. So recently they had an incident where a man was armed with a handgun and 2 magazines. And again, these are not like People magazine, magazines for the gun. And he had 14 rounds of ammunition. He was caught outside the orange parking garage at Disney Springs.
Oh, he's just making America great again.
Oh, okay, we're not getting into
Oh,
politics.
sorry,
Anyway, he was charged with carrying a concealed firearm, trespassing, and he was booked into the Orange County Jail, but he was then released 2 days later after posting a bond. So the question is, do we need to have checkpoint security at Disney Springs like we do the parks?
Yeah, that's a great question, and the answer is not so simple because if you sit here and say no, and then something happens where somebody gets hurt, then you're kind of the jerk for being like, what do you mean you didn't need security?
Well, thank God you're not in charge.
But if you do have the checkpoints, then the people are going to be like, well, this is ridiculous. We never had to do this before. Plus, it's going to make it very difficult. There is not a one way in, one way out for Disney Springs.
Oh, no.
So they would have to barricade, wall something to make that happen.
And even then, you have the boats.
Right.
You could have pirates come in.
Yes.
Yes, you
in their
could.
convertibles.
In their amphicars.
They're amphicars, yep.
So they have to pay the extra money to get the amphicar to then come and be a pirate on. I keep wanting to call it Downtown Disney. It's not anymore. It's Disney Springs. So as we said, Disneyland does require you to go through checkpoint security for their Downtown Disney. And the interesting thing is that Florida law says that at a shopping mall, you are allowed to people are allowed to carry concealed weapons as long as they have a permit. And since it is technically a mall with restaurant area, but it is owned by Disney. Would you be mad if there were checkpoints now at Disney Springs?
Not really. I mean, it would just be hard with the bags because you're obviously there shopping.
True. Very true.
So it would depend on almost like where you had to go through them at. It's so big.
You'd have to you have to put up tons of fences to corral
well, that's
people.
the thing. And how would you'd have to have posts at multiple entrance at every parking garage, every place the buses
the
drop
walkway
you off.
to Saratoga.
Really, the
Right.
reality of it is that it's going, with where our country is now, that it's a matter of time of when something is going to happen there, that it's going to be required that Disney does something about security and mandatory checkpoints and blocking out. Like Patrick said, there's so many ways to get in there.
Yeah.
That
Oh my
they're going to
God.
have to block off a lot of exits and entrances that you can only get in on a center and on the far ends.
And what were the people from the NBA Jams thing? They won't be able to get in. Oh, wait.
No
That's right.
one's
They're not going.
Yeah, I think that they actually offered a couple weeks ago something like free or reduced admission there because they're really hurting the numbers of people that they're getting are not what they expected. Then again, I can't say that I ever would have thought that would have been a good idea to have that. Maybe in the 90s
Right.
when Michael Jordan was at his peak, but not now. Not now, I say.
No.
Not now. Patrick, we talked about this a little bit earlier in 2019, and I believe I had you make some guesses on some menu items at the Regal Eagle Smokehouse.
How'd I do?
You made them up.
Oh.
You made up what they were, I believe.
Was I right?
You tell me. So they've released the menu. Oh, first of all, hang on. We're into dining now. They released the menu for the Regal Eagle, which is never not going to be fun to say, Smokehouse in Epcot. They have, among a bunch of things, the sliced Texas beef brisket sandwich,
Brisket.
the barbecue jackfruit burger, which is a vegetarian option.
I believe I said that one.
Yep.
Yes. I saw that a few places. The jackfruit burger.
Jackfruit? Oh, I've
Fruit.
never heard of jackfruit.
What is jackfruit? I was just thinking of fruit burger.
Oh, no,
And
it's called jackfruit.
That threw me for
Jackfruit.
a loop on its own.
I've got it for you. It's an exotic fruit grown in tropical
But
regions.
I'm saying in Disney World. I saw it a couple places.
Where'd you see it?
I believe I saw it at the Snow White, the Artist Point Snow White dining,
Oh.
and at least one other place. Perhaps
Spaceship Earth.
Primetime, 50s Primetime.
Oh, interesting. And so that's like now a part of like a sandwich that
They did. There was
could get.
there were. I noticed on the menus there were new like plant-based offerings on quite a few of them.
Did you try any of them?
No,
You don't really know.
No.
You're a meat eater.
I'm a meat eater.
Absolutely. Along with onion rings, baked beans, coleslaw, and other barbecue fare. Patrick or TJ or Emily,
Jackfruit is a fig.
it's a fig.
And the fig, mulberry, and breadfruit family.
Jackfruit Newtons. New aged cookies. This is up for any one of you to answer. What does the American platter have in it? At the Regal Eagle?
The American platter, of course, would start with a
Mac and cheese.
bald eagle. Not harmed, just sitting on the plate.
He's just on the side judging you.
Yeah, that's right.
It's Sam the eagle, actually.
It's Sam on the eagle.
That's it?
Yeah, and then an empty plate, and then every time you like take a fork, he just stares at you. You jerk.
No.
Are you sure you're going to try?
You sure you want to do that? I wouldn't do that.
What do y'all think? I mean, this could be a serious guess.
On an American platter?
Yeah.
You said mac and cheese.
Mac and cheese.
Mac and cheese.
Ramen
probably
noodles.
Baked beans.
Ramen noodles. Make your own. Like, they won't do it for you.
That's right. Well, that would be way too. People would be way too lazy.
Chicken tenders and ranch.
A lot of ranch.
Yeah, maybe.
Ranch.
Maybe a barbecue chicken,
A turkey leg
a turkey leg.
just hanging off the side.
Yeah.
What other sides would there be? What other American sides are there?
Like potato salad.
You got it, King. Somebody out there understood that reference. I don't know.
Do you want me to tell you what it is?
Yeah, sure.
It's much easier. It's choose 3 meats, 1 side, and garlic toast.
I was right. We were all right.
We
Oh,
were right.
garlic toast.
Collectively,
That's very
you were
French,
right.
isn't it?
Italian?
Garlic toast.
That too.
You mean like garlic bread?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, like Texas toast.
Texas,
Yeah.
Sure.
Texas toast.
Maybe they should call it that.
Yes.
I'm very excited to say this next title of this news clip because I just feel like Patrick's going to giggle. There's a new Dole Whip available. It's called the Kakamora. Oh, really? Really? A new year, a new you?
No, this is an adult podcast. Very adult.
It's child friendly.
Yeah, it's child
Not
friendly.
adult. Like, yeah, okay. So, did you say this Dole Whip when you were there?
I did not.
Okay, this was available during the Very Merry Christmas Party.
Well, I didn't get very far.
I know.
I'm gonna ask you to repeat that name again.
Kakamora.
Amora.
Kakamora. It's from Moana.
You could sing it like Glockamora. There are things.
I was thinking of when the moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie. That's Kakamora.
Anyway, this is now available at Aloha Isle in the Magic Kingdom.
Of course it is.
It is coconut soft serve, served with Dole Whip on top of pineapple juice and blue curacao syrup, non-alcoholic, don't get excited, with a chocolate Kakamora cake pop. Oh, that's adorable. It's like the little coconuts from Moana, and he's sitting on top of it. So I feel like they're so weird with their Dole Whips. Like, they have the special flavor for like a day, then it's gone. Now this one he's
The
here.
red one.
Yeah, the pirate one.
They are banking on people liking Dole Whip and getting very excited about Dole Whip,
Yeah.
and so they want something that people can talk about it for a day. And then when they say, like, when I go to the parks, I'd be like, I wonder what the Dole Whip of the day is going to be. Everyone's going to be talking about it, and I can order it.
That'd be really hard to change it every
says.
day, though.
Well, they don't do it every day. I'm sure it's every once in a while.
Yeah, they had a Stitch one. They had a blue one. They've had lemon lime ones.
Yeah.
The pirate one. But yeah, this one is available for $6.99, but you cannot order it on mobile order yet.
Yeah. Well, it's, yeah,
Because
sure.
they'll run out, apparently. I don't know. To Disneyland and beyond, we have this one.
Disneyland and beyond.
Thank you, Jim.
Thanks, Jim. In Disneyland's Galaxy's Edge, R2-D2 is now rolling around. He's rolling
Did you see
around.
R2-D2?
No, he's only in Disneyland right now.
Kenny's
Kenny
there?
Baker.
Oh.
That's why there's only one. Because there's only one Kenny Baker.
Rest in peace.
Wait, is he?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, he gone.
There's a couple of people that I don't know to this day if they're still living or dead.
Peter Mayhew.
He's dead.
Yeah, he's
Okay, good. I got it right. I mean, not good. Not I got
A.k.a.
it right.
Daniels.
He's alive.
He is alive. Good.
He's alive.
I said Chewy a lot. Chewy was up and about quite a bit.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
yes,
Oh, yeah, because you
yeah.
were. How was the weather? Was good the day you were there?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Chewie can't come out in the rain so much.
Yeah. No.
Oh, he could have like an umbrella or a
Oh,
poncho.
it would have to be like the umbrella, like a clear umbrella that went from his
Yeah.
head down to his toes.
Oh, that I paid money to see that. Yeah. So he's there at California, and it's not like a typical meet and greet. He's just rolling around. So if you see him, stop for a picture.
We're talking about R2-D2.
No, Kenny Baker.
Well, we were talking about Chewbacca. I was confused.
Yes.
R2-D2,
Okay. Sorry,
okay.
R2-D2.
All right.
Chewbacca rides a scooter now.
That's how he's rolling around.
Hello, passing through. I wonder if they'll ever do C-3PO. If they would ever be able to do that.
I think that would be too dangerous.
I don't know. Come on, they could do that.
It'd be way too dangerous.
Yeah, couldn't you just put a person in
Yeah.
there?
Yeah, just push him and he'd fall down. I mean, that's not a very sturdy costume.
Well, he'd have a handler so that
Handlers.
you can't push him. Like, it's not like Dodgems where you go up to him and just shove him.
You should talk how you shoved Kylo Ren when we saw him.
I didn't shove him.
Kind of did.
I bent the knee. You were the one that didn't.
I did not bend the knee, correct.
And then we ticked off the stormtroopers. Anyway, we're going to take a little break. When we come back, it is finally time.
Oh,
We've
the teaser.
teased it all episode. It is time to talk about Emily's trip to Disney World in the holidays. So stick around. We'll be right back. Dun, dun, dun. And we're back.
Oh, is that
Yep,
how we're coming
I was
back?
Gonna, yep,
Well, I
that
hope
was
we paid
our-
the money for that one.
Yep. So we teased it long enough. We're going to talk about Emily's trip to the Disney World recently back in the middle of December. So Emily, take it away. Kick it off. Tell us all about it.
All right, so probably the most notable portion of my trip that needs to be mentioned is that I rode a scooter.
I thought you were going to say Rise of the Resistance. Nope, it's a scooter.
It's the scooter.
And you've never done that, ever.
No.
So how... That's actually... You were having great ideas for episodes. How was that for you?
It was good. Mostly very good. I was very conscious and worried that I was going to, like, run someone over or hit the back of their ankle. Whereas my mother would have rather me just run them over. And so if obviously the couple people that listen know me, but if you don't know me, I had surgery twice in the last 6 months, and so the doctor was recommending that I not try to walk Disney, which sure was a good point. The only thing you can really get in line for first is the bus.
Right.
And I want to say only twice did it happen where like the bus already had two scooters on it, and so like they had to go past.
Did you have to like play dodgems and like?
No, they won't let you on. No, so they call like dispatch and they say send another bus.
Okay.
But other than that, it's nice to be the first person on.
How was that going like back to your hotel? Like, was that pretty easy to get off the bus and just go?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and like the bus drivers were really nice about like they'd help you park it and get it off the ramp as well.
Did you feel the other guests' eyes on you?
Right.
I did. So what I did was I alternated wearing my boot every other day because I didn't want to lose the muscle mass that I had already built up. So by wearing it, like, so when I did get off of the scooter and walk like in the queues, but even like the one girl that I met in the Rise of the Resistance line, like she made a comment like about my scar. So my scar was pretty obvious. Like, so you could see it.
It was on her face, not her foot.
on my face.
How'd you get that scar?
Yeah, I expected more kind of stares than I got. And then I really only encountered one rude person the whole time, so that was good.
And so in terms of rides,
Hang on.
I didn't hear about
Yeah,
this
what's
rude
the rude
person.
Oh, okay.
person?
I told Kate, but so in the Rise of the Resistance queue, if you can call it that, the cattle herding that was getting us into Hollywood Studios, there was a very irate, I want to say like 25-year-old Southern man who was convinced I was trying to run him over with the scooter. But as I will state when we talk about Rise of the Resistance, had there just been lines, like a place to get into a line where you could clearly see a line, that would have alleviated the problem.
Interesting.
did you respond back?
No,
because
I didn't
like,
say anything.
Because like Southern 25-year-old man is nothing when it comes to New York.
New York Emily, yeah. So she was pretty calm. She didn't really come out
I'm really proud of
in
you.
Disney.
You could have. You totally could have brought her out.
I know.
It's the holidays.
I know.
It's time to bring her out.
Yeah. Yeah, so no, so the scooter was super interesting. But other than that, they have it all worked out in terms of like how you get on the rides, and there were quite a few rides you take it all the way to the ride and then they park it for you.
And would you say that having it you got on faster to rides or not at all?
Not
at all. Interesting.
Not at all.
Much to Judy's chagrin.
Yes, much to Judy's chagrin, because she was hoping that the scooter was going to get us on rides faster. But only one time, Spaceship Earth has a separate entrance for, but that was the only ride that had a separate
Which is ironic because you feel like it needs an update.
It does need an update.
It does. I'm not arguing it does.
Yeah, they have a separate entrance for.
It's a different Spaceship Earth altogether.
Yeah, it's totally. Yeah,
You have to drive your scooter on the track.
Yeah, that would have been fun. That would have been very exciting.
It's backwards. The entire ride's backwards.
And now when you have to go
Starts
backwards,
at
it
the
just
top.
rolls down the ramp.
Right.
Now pick your future.
So yeah, but otherwise, so like the first 2 days we were there, it was warm but raining. And so we did Animal Kingdom and Magic Kingdom in the rain.
Anything new at Animal Kingdom?
You
saw? Yes, there was.
Yes, so they had for Christmas these like white themed puppets. And there was a reindeer, and there were penguins, and a seal, and they were really cute. And they kind of were out and about like Kevin walking around.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Kevin.
It's such a cute meet and greet.
And obviously every park has a tree. Every tree is decorated.
Oh, nice.
They go all out for Christmas. So yeah, that was really the only update.
You did Flight of Passage, of course.
Did Flight of Passage.
Yep.
Did Yak and Yeti for the first time.
Enjoyable?
Oh, one of my favorites.
Wow.
Actually, I'd say of the trip. It
Very
was
nice.
Really good.
Very cool.
Yeah. Really good.
Magic Kingdom.
Poor Magic Kingdom. So Magic Kingdom, it was raining the first day, and it was like our travel day, so we were tired.
Yeah.
So we went in, did a couple things, went to Liberty Tree, and then ended up going back to the hotel.
Does Liberty Tree change their menu for the holidays?
They do not.
Same. Okay.
Yeah. I think they did it for Thanksgiving.
Oh, yeah. They make it a little bit
Like
better.
more turkey, maybe. I don't know.
All you can eat stuffing.
Right. I love Liberty Tree.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's one of my
I
favorites.
love their dessert, the skillet like
Yeah.
brownie. Oh.
Yeah, but by then it's like, I can't fit anything else in.
For dessert, yeah, I can.
I ate the whole dessert. I'm not gonna
Wasn't it meant to be shared?
Yeah, she doesn't like dessert, so... I also drink her alcoholic drink because she doesn't drink.
That's fun.
Yeah.
So was this the first time you were there with the alcohol?
This was the second.
With Judith?
This is the second time.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Does she even want to try
No.
the drinks? No.
she
See,
won't.
that's why she takes Judy instead of me.
Because you'd fight over
Yeah.
who would drink what.
Yeah. No, she doesn't. She doesn't care to. So, yeah. So anyway, we were hoping to catch the rest of Magic Kingdom at the Christmas party.
Yeah.
And the rain had held off all day during the Christmas party, or for the day of the Christmas party, I should say. And we get there, super excited. It's cloudy, but we're like, we have our Christmas shirts on.
Your spirit jerseys?
Spirit jerseys.
Oh, nice.
And we stake out our spot for the parade. We're going to see the first parade, and then we're going to go ride the rides and get the cookies and all that good stuff. And so we were taking turns, like she'd sit, and then I'd go look in the stores, and she'd come back, blah, blah, blah. So she goes to look at a store, and the sky opened up. Torrential downpour, lightning, thunder, the cast members scatter.
Where'd you go? Because you were in your scooter?
I was in my scooter, so I went under the railway station to protect myself. And then, of course, Judy couldn't find me because I was in like a poncho, and everybody else was in a poncho. Of course, I was sitting down in a poncho.
Does she have a smartphone?
She does have a smartphone, yes.
Did she use that to find you? How'd she find you?
Oh, she just called me.
Okay.
She wouldn't know how to, like, ping me or anything, but she found me. We waited a little longer, and then...
I guess in my mind, I was hoping that Judy would have to go to the front of the park and say, "We have found a mother,
Yes.
a lost mother, Emily Casano. Where are you?"
I am shocked that hasn't happened. If she didn't have a phone, it probably would.
It would.
Yeah, so it was really, we were so sad because when we were leaving, they said, like, there was talk, we may, not refund, but we may, like, give you a pass for another night. But this was 2 days before we were leaving, I want to say.
Yeah.
And there wasn't another party night. So if I were to do it again, and then to update you, what they did because of like the thunder and the lightning, what they did was they gave us a free park ticket that can be used for up to a year.
Which is interesting because they often say when you buy those kind of tickets, they are not refundable, no
Right.
matter what, weather or not.
And actually they did it to everyone, and they just automatically converted them on like our My Disney experience.
Interesting.
And they did say if like you wanted to come back and do like, instead of that extra park ticket, do the Halloween party, just a call. So you just have to use it within a year. If I were to do it again for Christmas, which I would really like to because it's really beautiful there that time of year, I would not buy the ticket for the party until I got down there and kind of saw what the weather was going to be like.
That's smart, but
Sure.
but it could sell out.
It could. Well, and for example, we got there on a Thursday. I saw on the forecast that Sunday was going to be really nice, and there was a party that night, and I called, but it was already sold out.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
too bad. And that's not typical that they do refund, but it was because that so many of the offerings could not be accessed.
Yes, there was just like all the entertainment was canceled, and I think because it was like a big storm.
Yeah, they couldn't reschedule the
Parades,
performances.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was sad. We missed that, but we did the Candlelight Processional over at Epcot, which was great.
And you did a meal.
We did a meal.
Right?
We did the
Garden Grill.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm doing the spinning motion.
With your finger.
The Garden Grill breakfast, and then we came back for the 5:00 viewing.
Wow. How was Epcot when you were there? Like tons of walls still?
Yep, tons of walls, tons of people.
Anything new that you saw in terms of construction?
Starbucks is gone.
Yeah, the Starbucks is gone. The Starbucks is gone. There were a lot of walls. The fountain is gone.
Yep.
And obviously the entrance is all walled up because they got rid of the faces. But tons of people
At Epcot.
Yes.
Because of the festival or the holiday festival?
Because now they make everything like Food and Wine.
Oh, like year round now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they just pick different events.
Food and Wine was nuts.
Food and Wine
I can't
was
imagine
nuts.
Christmas there.
Food and Wine was nuts. Food and Wine was more nuts than this.
Lots
but
of
this
drunk
was still
people.
pretty crazy. They did a cookie stroll, it was called, and so you got a cookie passport. And if you collected like 5 of the 6 cookies, you got the 6th cookie free. And those were themed per country.
Here's your reward for being a glutton for
Yeah.
5 cookies. Another cookie.
They did have the spiked hot chocolate, which I enjoyed.
They have a special holiday Dole Whip.
They did not have special holiday Dole Whip.
They could do like a nice
Yeah, what would you put in a holiday Dole Whip?
something ginger maybe. Does that work? There's
Nutmeg.
pumpkin spice at Aulani in Hawaii. Guess we'll have to go and get some.
Yeah, no, I
special
didn't
trip.
see any special holiday Dole Whip.
Did you love the Wilderness Lodge?
I did love the Wilderness Lodge.
It's your mom's new favorite.
It is my mom's new
Which
favorite.
is amazing because she loved the Polynesian.
She loved the Polynesian, but she loved that Wilderness Lodge was all in one building. Which if you stay in the Wilderness Lodge proper and not the Boulder, whatever they call it.
Grand Canyon, Nickel Canyon,
Something like
Copper
that.
Creek.
Copper Creek.
There
But there's
it
another
is.
one too. Boulder. I think it's Boulder Ridge and Copper Creek.
Yeah.
If you stay in the main hotel, it's one building, which is not like most Disney hotels.
No,
They don't have that.
spread out.
If you've never been over to their Geyser Point, that is really cool. It's like an outdoor bar with
nice.
heating elements. If
Is that
it's
just
cool.
an old man standing with his finger out?
Finger out.
Geezer.
Oh, geezer point. My bad. That's my bad.
What does the finger have to do with it?
That's my bad.
That sounds like a Bob Disney
That was
thing.
a reach.
It's a Bob
but
Disney.
they
That's
had
a Bob Disneyism.
they had a gingerbread, like a big gingerbread house in the lobby. They had the big tree. Chip and Dale were hanging out one night taking pictures in their scarves and hats. And then
What were they taking pictures of?
the people, the tourists, yeah. And every afternoon from like 2 to 8, I think there was like a little, I don't know, what would you call it? Like a holiday market in the lobby where they had like little holiday treats and things you could buy.
Like souvenirs or food?
Both.
I was going to say,
Both.
more food.
But not really like Disney souvenirs, like crafty souvenirs.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like a high-end craft fair.
Right.
Or
but it was small. I mean, it was a small little
Like the
section.
school store for Christmas.
Right,
in the elementary
right.
schools.
That.
Yeah.
Hey, kids,
Judy
buy your...
gave her some money.
Yeah.
She forgot a
Here's a
gift.
5.
Yeah.
Now here's $25. Go buy me a gift.
Yeah.
Mom's best Disney gift.
Yeah.
A rock.
What was your favorite dining experience this trip?
Oh, I really liked Yak and Yeti.
Wow.
Did
The
you have the
food-
yak or the Yeti?
I had the
question.
Yeti, obviously, because I hate that mofo from being on that ride that Kate made me go on.
I didn't make you go on
You
it.
kind of did.
I just said you should stop being a baby and do it.
So me and the girl, the 7-year-old in front of me, cried the whole time. And I was like, I
I've
understand.
never, ever heard Kate call a 7-year-old.
I feel you, sister. No, so I had like lemon chicken, but it was just so good. It was so fresh. It was just good quality. And what else did I enjoy?
You went to
food-wise?
Storybook.
I did go to Storybook
Artist
Dining. That
Point.
was super fun. Got to see. I want to know why there's not more dwarves there. Why are there only 2 dwarves?
They're in the mine working.
Oh, okay. They didn't get their union break.
Nope.
And Le Cellier was fantastic as always.
Get the soup.
We need to go back to
Did.
La Salle.
I agree.
We did. So she always gives the spiel, and of course I've been there quite a few times, so I know where you can get.
You're like, I'm going to stop you right
Yeah, I'm gonna stop, ma'am. I already know what you're gonna say. We'll do 1 appetizer and 1 dessert.
Did you check out the new show at Canada?
No.
Do you know what I learned about that today?
What's that?
I learned that the new show, it's called Far and Wide.
Yeah.
Far and wide.
Canada.
And learned that they did not use Martin Short,
Right.
but they used Kathleen O'Hara
Yes.
and Eugene Levy.
Yeah.
I thought that was cool.
the TV show. I'm not going to swear. It's not a swear word. Schitt's Creek.
SCHITT.
Yes. It's
Yeah.
still family friendly.
Sheets Creek, yeah.
Sheets Creek.
Yeah.
Like the.
Yeah. So we need to see that.
I'm gonna miss Circle Vision with
It's still there.
a deep loss in my soul.
I need to go back with friends again because I miss a lot of the night shows just because Mom is a little tired.
Is it Mom or is it you?
It's me too, but I need the peer pressure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I need the peer pressure to stay up.
It's way too easy when Mom goes, let's go home. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Does she ever say to you I really want to go back, or is it mostly a mutual?
It's mostly mutual.
Unspoken.
I think she feels like she can't. She could say it, but she won't because she doesn't want me to say I'll go back if she doesn't.
Aw.
But then the poor thing too had to walk while I'm riding around on a scooter.
She didn't hop on the back at
I
any
told
point.
her to.
She never did.
No.
Oh,
I totally would.
She would sit on it, if we were in line for something for a long time. But she was a trooper. I said to her, we're gonna wake up at 4:30 and we're gonna go to Hollywood Studios, and she's like, okay.
So tell us all
Wow.
about that. Go into that.
So we asked at the hotel. We said, what time do the buses start running? She said around 4:30 in the morning. We're like, okay. We were not the only Wilderness Lodge guest to venture out that early. So you get there. I want to say we arrived probably right before 6. And you go through the purse check, and then you come in, and they essentially, it's pitch black. It's pitch black out. And they say, everybody go to the right. Everybody just move all the way to your right.
Is this past the Magic Band scanning?
No, this is before the Magic Band.
Okay.
Okay, so they shove everybody to the right. And this is where my big issue with it came in. Is that they should mark on the ground or with stanchions.
Love that word.
Where the Magic Band scanner lines form.
Yeah.
Because
Just
once there's that many people and they're in a huddle, you can't see the front. Mm-hmm. And so when they finally did start letting people in, which I want to say was probably around 6:30.
Mm-hmm. Did it open at 7?
Yes.
Okay.
They would say, get in a straight line, and you're like, you literally no idea where the line is.
Now, was 7 a.m. extra magic hour, or was that the opening?
That was
just the opening. Okay.
Yeah. So you open so we know everybody around you's got their phone open. You see you can make sure you have to make sure your party is together, but all of us realized quickly once we were let in that you can't do anything because it malfunctions as soon as you do it.
So you have to just be on the home screen.
You have to just be on the home screen. And you get in and then you hurry up and do it. So I was boarding group 72.
Oh.
And what was the top number that day? Do you remember?
It was 137. But they only guarantee 120
get on.
So everything else was open when we walked in, the stores, the Starbucks was open, all that stuff. So we did a bunch of rides right away. We went and got on Slinky and did Toy Story Mania. And then we decided to go back to the hotel and wait it out because you can leave. You can leave once you've joined a boarding group. Yeah. And so you have 2 hours once your boarding group is called to get back there and get on it. Mm-hmm. So I want to say they were at number 60 by noon.
And this is after, so that's 5 hours.
Yeah.
Okay.
So at noon, we ate lunch at the hotel and then got on the bus and went back. And I want to say probably 20 to 30 minutes after we got back in the park, number 72 came up. And so you go over there.
So 12 boarding groups an hour it's what it sounds like.
Yes, and apparently day to day it changes. It changes how fast they go. Because I was kind of Googling it, trying to gauge a time, and it was you can't even tell.
Yeah, because I'm sure it depends on how much it's up and how much it's broken.
Right,
Yeah.
right. So they had said
if
it
there's
was
scooters
breaking,
in line.
right? Well, that is not actually really not even a problem because of how they do it.
Not for you, sure.
But so we went over there, and the one thing, this was my first time seeing Galaxy's Edge. And so the one thing I will say is the signage needs to be a little better because I couldn't find anything. So, like, I couldn't even tell you, like, where the ride was. Like,
Emily's not super into Star Wars.
I'm into it, but I don't.
I mean, like, you don't, like, you can't read the language that they have there in the parks.
No.
Like you can.
Okay, I can't either, but I'm just saying.
And of course, my mother, who's like, this Star Wars thing's kind of a big deal, isn't it? And I was like, oh, heavens.
It might catch on. We'll see.
We'll see.
Touch and go.
And it was different for me, too, because I pretty much know my way around Disney without having to look at a map, and this was not the case at that time. So it was really cool to see. So we get on, and there's this long, winding line that you follow, and it makes it look like it's underground.
Oh, cool.
And obviously it's themed per Star Wars, so there's all little artifacts. You know, I'm trying not to give too much away, but
She's not going to give too many real in-depth spoilers.
As you go that you get to look at. And I want to say there's probably about 3 portions of the ride, which is you were calling it a pre-show.
Appetizer.
An appetizer.
Entree and dessert.
And you sort of wonder each time, you're like, is this it? Is this it?
It's like going to see the Vatican.
Yeah. yes, it was very much like, is this where the Pope lives?
Is this where he painted? No,
yeah.
no. Okay,
No.
next
Right
room.
here?
Next room.
No.
Next room.
Okay.
Is this the Sistine
This
Chapel?
is the Sistine Chapel.
Yep.
This is the
That's
Sistine
exactly
hallway.
what it was like.
This is the Sistine bathroom. This is the Sistine antechamber.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so, and there's a couple, like, moving parts, and so you're like, is this it? And then you're like, but if this is it, like, this isn't very...
Is this it? That lady's on a scooter. Is that part of it?
I told you this, but I'll repeat it for the listeners. The cast
CJ.
members, the cast members don't break character at all. And so they're very, not strict. They're strict, but like they're very on point. They have these poker faces. My mom kept trying to ask the one like where they were going to put my scooter, and they wouldn't answer her.
And I'm sure your mom was like, had no clue they were being in character.
Right.
It's even better.
So so it was really interesting. I will say like there is one part where when it happened, my mom even said like I audibly gasped because of just the immensity of what I was seeing.
Yeah.
And so the ride did break down while I was on it.
Of course.
Yes. So I was on what I would call the actual ride portion when this happened. And
You think.
we think.
You don't know.
Well, I know now. I finished it. But there are people, almost everybody else in my car, if that's what you want to call it, had been on it before. They like the day before, like had come and gotten on it and then come back the next day. So they said like, oh, there's 3 to 4 minutes left.
Oh, okay.
So, they said like the Force has stopped the ride. And then, probably the most alarming was when they're like powering down and then all the lights turned off and we were like, uh-oh. So they got us off, walked us out.
Because you know what? Step 1 in any good troubleshooting is reboot.
Yeah.
Did you put it in rice?
Yeah, right.
Rice ball?
So they did get us out. They kept yelling at the people on the ride, put your phones away, put your phones away. This is considered backstage. Put your phones away, put your phones away.
Wow.
Yeah, so they walked us off.
But how can they stop that? Like,
Well, they did keep yelling. I mean, they yelled. I really thought.
but they can't like forcibly take the
I
phone
know.
out of your
I don't
hand.
know. And they gave us a fast pass, and they said when it gets back up, just come over, and we'll get you. You won't have to wait in that underground part. We'll get you on. So obviously there is fast pass capability.
It's there.
I will say instead of a Mickey, it's a Millennium Falcon.
Oh.
When you
Interesting.
Yeah, so we had paper fast passes. It came back up within 3 hours. Wow. And they don't announce it because they don't want everybody to run over there. So you just have to watch the app.
Well, you would have rolled.
I would have rolled. Right. I would have rolled, and you have to watch the app and see if. Yes, that didn't make that noise.
That was a scooter noise.
You have to.
That was your mother.
And see if the boarding groups start moving. And so it's really funny because they gave fast passes if you were in the queue.
Wow.
And at any point on the ride, so like we talked to another family who like the ride was practically over, but they were technically still in the car, and so they got a fast pass too, so they got to just do it again.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And so we did get back on. They do take you through the faster entrance. You do all the pre-show again. I will say there's a whole other side that they were not operating.
Why?
Which I can only imagine is the Fast Pass queue side.
Yeah, I guess that could be.
that they were not using. So you saw empty,
unless they weren't ready to open that side yet. Like,
I
they
don't
wanted
know.
to get this open before Disney.
Right. So there were empty carts and stuff going by.
That's interesting. Like, do you think that there is healthy competition between Disneyland and Disney World for this? Like, well, our version is open now, or our version
No.
because they got the jump on it,
Because
or
they opened Galaxy's Edge first.
there, but then we
There.
got Rise first.
Right.
Well, only because the problem they were able to figure out problems which didn't delay
True.
Walt Disney World.
Well, and there's just so much more room at Disney World than there is at Disneyland.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
you love the ride.
I did love the ride. I said this to Kate when I got on it. I said, technology wise, Flight of Passage is more impressive.
Sure.
However, the immensity, the feeling of it being huge, is part of the appeal
Sure.
of Rise of the Resistance.
Sure.
And it's very unlike any other Disney ride, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I almost felt like being in a video game.
Huh.
Yeah.
Did you have to shoot anything?
No.
Oh.
Not until I went over to Millennium Smuggler's Run.
Oh, yeah.
That's right. What were you on
I
Smuggler's
was the
Run?
gunner.
Oh, very
I was
nice.
the gunner. There was a drunk woman flying the plane,
Perfect.
flying the
That's
ship.
awesome.
Perfect.
It was very funny.
Yeah.
We
How
had
many
a good
canisters
time.
did you get?
I don't know.
We had, what did we have, 2.5, 3?
I think we had 3.
We did very well.
Yeah, she crashed us quite a few times.
I would love to be on it if no one did their jobs.
Yeah.
There's a video out there on YouTube
Is it?
where everyone refuses to do what they are told,
But we had a good time.
and you still succeed in
We-
the mission.
The queue was what we had. So we had the drunk lady and her husband in front of us, which they were very funny. And then these two teeny boppers behind us having this existential crisis. And so she and I are trying not to laugh at them the whole time.
What was your mother?
The drunk lady.
Shockingly,
I
she
know,
had
yeah,
one drink.
Yeah, she had one drink. She was in the bag.
Blue milk.
She was
Yeah.
drunk.
Yeah, the blue milk.
Really, really outdid her. What else?
What else? No, it's really cool. I'd love to do it again. I need to do it with you guys. So I need someone that knows Star Wars.
Who was your, this is going back, who was your narrator for Candlelight?
Oh, Gary Sinise. Captain Dan.
Lieutenant Dan.
Lieutenant
That's
Dan.
awesome. He's one of my favorites.
Yes. And that whole thing is just beautiful. TJ saw it with Eartha Kitt.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
That was something.
Wow.
Is it the same script every year or is it different?
I don't know. This is my first time I've ever gone.
Huh.
I mean, it's the birth of Christ, so I think it's pretty similar every year.
Standard narration.
Yeah, but the birth of Christ told by Eartha Kitt is going to be different than Gary Sinise.
Right,
Bet
right.
it was.
Just the choirs and the super,
King Herod.
Yeah, super impressive. We got scolded by Disney, cast members for moving.
Why did you move?
We wanted to be closer to the center. They had this giant open space, but they were saving it for someone.
Who would that be?
It was the
people with handicaps.
no, because it was like the center,
Scooter
dead
lady.
center. Yeah. No, it was the family.
Was it the
of-
Make-A-Wish children?
No.
Did you displace
It
them?
was the family of
Bob
one
Disney.
of the choirs, like the choir director.
Oh, okay.
That was in that night, and it was really cute because she had a little girl, and the little girl was wearing the same choir robes
Stop
that they were
it.
wearing. I have
That's really
pictures.
cute. That's really cute.
Yeah, it was really cute.
Adorable.
So, what was your biggest pro and biggest con of this trip?
Biggest pro was definitely getting to see all the Christmas stuff because I love Christmas.
Even more so over Star Wars. I only said one. You've already picked it. You've locked your answer in. You've hurt its feelings.
I'm sorry. Yes. I don't know. I felt a great deal of success that we made it onto Star Wars
Twice.
twice.
Yeah.
But I love Christmas. I'm glad I got to do it. And the biggest con was the weather.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Especially when it's just so bad that they can't even work their magic. They can't even
Right.
be like, you know what? Here's a free poncho. Not,
Yeah.
I don't think they've ever give out free ponchos.
Heck no.
Those things are $13.
And worth every penny.
Yeah.
And worth every
Yeah.
penny.
But yeah, so the weather mostly like we had 4 beautiful days. It just didn't happen to be the right 4 beautiful days. And then the very last day that we did Epcot again. It was actually cold, like cold.
And how was that for you? What's cold for you?
Oh, for me, who is never cold, This was around 59, and I asked because I said in Erie 59 I would wear like shorts, it's warm, and I said why is it so much colder? And he said the humidity, because the moisture in the air makes it so much colder
and so much hotter in the summer.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, awesome. Thank you for sharing that with us and all of our 2 other listeners that aren't currently in this room.
So then I told Kate this, but so a Playhouse family went just last week. And they got on Rise, and they walked in at probably around 6, and they were boarding group 10, and they were off the ride by 7:30 a.m.
Wow.
And I said, well, how is that even possible? And she goes, I think it was random. I don't think they assigned it in the order of people
because
like they
how,
did with me.
Yeah, how do they know? I mean, they see when you scan your band, and they have that clocked in the system, like so-and-so scanned their band at 6:02. But then...
Yeah. Because, I mean, how?
Yeah.
She said obviously there was a big line when they got there, but
I wonder too if somebody like they got the reservation like, oh, we were hoping for later, and then dropped it.
yeah, but
I wonder if they could just do it when you scan your band. Like that's your boarding group when you scan the band.
I don't think so.
I wish they could. That'd be fair.
Yeah.
that's what I believed happened to me. I mean, to me that's what happened.
Okay.
But obviously not with them. I don't know what changed. They did make an announcement as we were like getting ready to leave Disney World that they were not assigning any boarding groups until the park officially opened every day. Because before it was like as soon as you got in, you could get a boarding group.
Right.
Yeah. Well, that's I love the holidays too, and I would love to go back like during the thick of it. I know that you think it's crazy to be there, especially around New Year's Eve, but I would love it.
No. New Year's Eve doesn't interest me.
Nope.
I think I would go closer to Thanksgiving next time, just for a hope for better weather.
Yeah, and you'd also said too, being away during the holidays, you felt like you had to play
it was really
catch up.
stressful. Yeah, when I got back.
But she bought a lot of Spirit jerseys. All was well.
I did, and my mom really fed into my addiction. Did you see what came
With
out?
Spirit jerseys or with alcohol or drugs?
Wow.
Wow, it took a turn.
Yeah, it
Spirit
did.
jerseys. Did you see yesterday that the Ariel coral one came out?
The pink one. I thought of you, yeah.
But I bought it while I was there. I didn't even know it was Ariel's.
What?
And Ariel's my favorite princess.
But doesn't it say Ariel?
No.
Oh, it's not like an Ariel's on it.
No, I have a mermaid one that's like that color.
Yeah,
like
she's
like
referencing
turquoise.
my Baby Yoda Spirit jersey.
She's wearing a Baby Yoda Spirit jersey. Julia
Available.
Johnson, if you are listening,
She's not.
you go back there and get me one.
It's available for purchase on eBay for $1,000 if you so choose.
Uh-huh.
I mean, seriously, that's what people probably are doing now.
Sure.
I already saw on eBay the Dooney and Burke bag. Someone already put a posting, whether or not it's even available yet, but they put it for like. They marked it up a little bit. Before we end today, I had a thought for a game. I was going to do some Bob Disney rumors, but I just don't think he's ready yet.
No, I don't think Bob's
he's
ready.
not fully recovered from the holiday season.
No.
Which is fine. We'll save him for a future episode. So we're going to do a little word association to wrap up this episode. I'm going to give you a Disney-centric word or phrase. And you can tell me if you know it. You can tell me what it is. Or if you don't know it, you can guess. I mean, because you might not know some of these things, Patrick. So anyway, we're going to start with an easy one. Okay. And again, first thing comes to mind, you just go for it. Rope drop.
Park opening.
Okay, that's funny. Rope drop is, I don't have anything for that one. I copied all the words down. I missed that one. Rope drop is, I don't know. It's the start of the day.
Okay, I'm proud of you for knowing that.
Thank you.
Yep. This is an acronym. ADR.
Okay.
Automated disease removal.
Ooh,
At
good.
Disney?
Yes,
Oh, yeah, very
for
important.
flu patients.
Wow, I did not know.
Yeah.
They did that for you. It's
Yeah.
got to be the same department that froze Walt's head.
Yes, the cryo.
Automated disease removal. TJ, do you have any ideas what ADR means?
A Disney rescue.
Oh, that's good.
Is that one of the cats they rescued?
Rescue Rangers.
No, I was thinking it's from the Skyline. That's the system they use to take the boat system. That's the ADR.
A Disney rescue.
No, actually, you're both wrong. That is the All Dopey ride. So Dopey's a very popular character. Not sure if you know that. Yeah. So the ADR would be the All Dopey all the time.
It's actually none of your guesses.
What?
It stands for Advanced Dining Reservation.
I like TJ's best. I vote TJ's.
They abbreviated the word ADR. Not just DR.
It's there.
ADR. The next one is also an acronym. It is MDE.
Ooh.
magic,
Sure.
magical disposal entity.
So it's a ghost.
No.
No,
No, that would be a trash can.
It's a trash can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, but it's magical. How is it magical?
Well, those are one of the trash cans that have the hole in the bottom, and it goes right into the underground.
Yes. It's the underworld.
TJ, what's MDE?
Come back to me.
Okay, Patrick, what's MDE?
Well, funny enough, the MDE...
You know, you have these things that you say, these phrases when you. I
Yes.
know you're going to make
He
it
was like
up.
this in Italy. He was like, so this gentleman.
Fun
Fun fact. This painting.
MDE would
Interesting
be,
to note.
Well, would be, of course, as I just said, that Dopey was a very popular ride. So this would be the mostly Dopey experience.
Oh, yeah, I like that one.
Mostly
Does
Dopey.
he follow you around all day?
Mostly.
Okay, yeah, except for his union break.
That's right. That's right.
That none of you, again, are.
Wait,
on-
TJ didn't get a chance.
Oh, I'm
No,
sorry.
I agree with you.
Okay,
there.
all right.
This would stand for My Disney Experience.
Oh, well, come on
Oh,
now.
well,
That's too
okay.
easy.
Disney check.
Disney check.
Disney check.
It's where the characters just come up to you and just body check you.
Oh,
Random time in the park.
They're allowed to do it once a
Yeah,
day.
yeah.
Disney
Watch
check.
out for Tink.
Oh, I bet.
Take the
she's
kneecaps
short,
right out.
so her center of gravity's different.
This is the written document they give you to.
Careful. Are you
I had a
asleep?
stroke. To get Dole Whip at Aloha Isle.
What's Disney check?
Disney check is a lot of people don't know this,
Yeah.
but Walt Disney was a big fan of the people.
Okay.
And Walt Disney liked to give back to the people. So in honor of Walt's birthday, the 12,051,991 guests gets a $5 check.
That's
Generous.
Happy birthday.
incredibly generous.
Because,
Yeah.
of course, his birthday is December 5th, 1901. And I did the numbers wrong, but you understand.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
It's actually none of those things. It is the symbol on the menu that notates that item is healthy. The Disney check system.
Oh, well,
The
boring.
jackfruit.
The jackfruit has that check. Sure. Yeah. The next one is Dark Ride.
This is the new Star Wars attraction that they're getting in Galaxy's Edge for Kylo Ren.
Oh.
Kylo
very
Ren in the Dark
nice.
Ride.
I'm getting. I'm sorry, Patrick. I'm not as funny as you are. I'm
You
just
don't
going.
have to be. Just go with what you think it really is.
It is a ride like Spaceship Earth and Space Mountain, where there are no lights and it is in the dark.
That's a good one, but unfortunately, it's wrong. As I said, Dopey is a very popular ride, and if you know on the minecart ride, his eyes glow, but sometimes they malfunction. So they call that the dark ride when Dopey's eyes don't work.
So this is all themed for Dopey so far.
So far,
This is interesting. I did not know you had such an obsession with Dopey.
me neither.
Okay. Dark Ride is actually very close to what TJ was saying. It is rides that are
Dark.
technically dark. Yeah,
Okay,
like
all right.
you know how Pirates you really can't see much when you're going through tunnels.
I think I got it.
Small
You
world.
got it.
I think
It's
I
a
got
small-
it.
Well, even then you still can see quite a bit. The lights are on.
See, but
I think I got it.
it's
I think I got it.
We're probably gonna take this one out of the episode.
No, it's good. No, it's
okay.
good.
It's okay. Let's do Orange Bird.
Ooh, orange bird.
Oh, okay. I know the real answer. Though.
You can say
Go
it.
ahead.
So the orange bird is.
Yes.
He's the little guy. He's like the little Florida guy, but he's from the birds, the tiki birds. I had another stroke. I smell toast. But he's on a lot of different things.
If that's not true, TJ, what is it? Or Patrick?
He has his own sippy cup.
TJ, do you have any?
no.
Okay.
I got nothing.
So orange bird. Funny enough,
There it is.
Dopey.
Oh,
No,
yeah,
no.
okay.
Actually, this is Walt
Sleepy.
Disney had some competition in the 70s and 80s, and that was Sesame Street. So to combat that, they created Orange Bird, which was supposed to be Big Bird's angry brother.
Oh, so but like he kind of had
Like
the idea for Angry Birds,
Orange, and then like dark eyebrows that are pointed in, so he's always angry.
like Bert.
Kind of like Bert.
Yeah.
But and like if Bert and Big Bird had a baby,
Are you suggesting that they did?
anything's possible in the Muppet world.
My lord. Let's move on from that. The Good Kiss. The Good Ship Lollipop.
I was like,
The Good Night Kiss.
Oh yes. Do you know what the goodnight kiss is?
Do you actually know this one?
I actually do.
Oh, I'll save her for the end.
It's what Mickey gives to Pluto
Say Dopey.
Oh.
when he tucks him in at night.
Oh. TJ?
Yeah, I'm not good at this game.
It's okay. It's
all right.
okay.
So not well known, but they're the workers at Disney. Of course, they have access to your room 24 hours a day. So once you lie down to sleep at night, they will access your room and they will kiss you gently on the forehead as you sleep.
Dressed in character?
Wow.
No.
Right before they
Dress in
clock
street
out.
clothes. Just before they check out.
That's right. It's how they punch their time card.
Good night. And that's it. And then they walk out of the room.
This is actually when at the end of the park operating hours is when the guests are exiting and they play the special music as you exit.
Whatever.
That is the good kiss goodnight. But I like that. And that's why I sleep so well, because if you look at my sleep app, I sleep the best when I'm in Disney. It's
a
disturbing.
good night forehead
Good
kiss.
night, Kate.
White powder alert.
Oh no. I'm gonna say this is right before it starts snowing.
Oh.
The soap snow for the Christmas parties and at Blizzard Beach.
That's very good.
It also could have to do with drugs.
Sure.
Why not both?
I'm thinking it's like anthrax, that kind of white powder.
Okay.
You know,
This is actually when Dopey goes on a bender.
Oh no.
And
Too much powdered sugar.
he's been working out, but they found out recently that he's been using the powder to bulk the muscles.
Oh.
And he spills it everywhere because he's dopey. so whenever he spills his muscle powder, they call it a white powder alert.
White powder alert is actually when somebody brings the ashes of a loved one
Oh,
attempts to sprinkle them in the parks.
They're not really white, right? Aren't they like gray?
Well, that's,
I've never looked.
But that is, when it's happening, I don't think the color really matters so much. White powder alert. Is it white or is it gray?
I'll let you know next time
Is it
Kate and I
off-white? That's going to imply someone dies.
see, I've thought about this because I actually do want, I want to be cremated, and that's one of the places that I want my ashes to be. You got to do it tricky, like Andy Dufresne style, down the leg. And,
That's right. That's right. Shake them out.
Shake it right out.
Them out.
Right up.
That's right.
And then the trolley's coming down Main Street. Oh, I got to get out of the way, and I'm going to shake my pant leg while I
TJ
do
over
it.
here, a little TJ over there.
Andy's favorite pastime was walking down Main Street and
Shaking
spilling
his
the
leg.
contents of his room. Yeah, that's white powder alert. How about this one? Two different phrases, but they mean the same thing. Protein spilling and is now known as Code V.
I'll take this one first.
Thank you.
Protein spilling is when Dopey's on a bender. No.
He's a problem.
No. Actually, this is very, very interesting. To save money and to, of course, improve the environment, Disney's very, very conscious of the environment.
Sure.
So they have found a way to power the buses with peanut butter. So, but the unfortunately, the offshoot of the peanut butter making the buses go causes the peanut butter to flow in the streets. So if you are somebody that is allergic to peanut butter, they have to make sure that you are aware that there is a protein spill in the area, which means there's peanut butter.
Okay. Anybody else want to hazard this one?
And you know what? I see you Googling over there.
Oh, I was on Facebook.
Cheating.
It was a hard pass for me.
I actually know this and have firsthand Disney experience with this.
Take it away.
Protein spill is vomit or puke.
Indeed.
Could we call it something else?
Code V.
It's
Ralphing.
vomit.
Yeah.
But at the Contemporary and with all the resorts, their outdoor rec, the lifeguard pool, and any of the activities, they don't have the custodial staff that the rest of the hotel does. When on days where I wasn't a lifeguard, I'm sweeping the sand on the beach and getting towels, and you are the custodian some days of the week. So you'd have your little walkie-talkie, and hey, there's a
Protein spill.
There's a protein spill on the deck, and you'd have to go out with little.
Clean it up.
And then if you have to give the kiss goodnight, man.
Yes.
Well, I'm gonna go back because I do now remember what the rope drop is.
Oh, you're going way back.
Yeah, rope drop. Actually, for those of you who don't know, Dopey's gown is closed by a rope.
Oh, no.
So
right before he gives the kiss goodnight.
before he gives a cope,
This was PG.
He has to do the rope drop to go to the bathroom or do anything else. So they call that the rope drop. And if you ever are near Dopey and you hear rope drop, you just need to avert your eyes, look away.
Sure.
We'll wrap this up before we get out of hand. One more. It is E-stop.
E-stop.
E-stop. I've
You guys got
stumped
anything?
you all.
Says perhaps where you stop to use your electronics.
Oh,
Good guess.
the people that just stop in the middle of the walkway.
Those people.
Right, they're right under scooters for me.
Oh boy.
Just
Oh,
kidding.
boy.
Actually, I think strollers are above scooters for me.
In terms of annoyance.
Yes.
Why so?
Oh, because they are just very reckless with the stroller.
Especially a double stroller.
Oh,
Double wide. Oh my
yeah.
god.
Well, now there's size limits to the strollers. Sure.
So no adults. No adults in strollers. E-stop, TJ.
Emergency stop.
Okay, Patrick.
E-stop is for our southern friends that don't always pronounce all the letters of Disney, and they just stop at Disney.
I don't think he's ever heard a southern accent properly.
Disney.
That
Is that Southern?
That's you stop at the E. Disney.
I think you also
Disney.
took the S out as well.
Disney.
Didn't it? Now it's like you're saying, didn't he? Didn't he?
You're like Donkey from Shrek right now.
Disney.
Okay.
That's a universal property now.
Yeah,
You stop at the E.
Yeah.
E-stop is indeed emergency stop. Good
Oh,
job,
for the
TJ.
love of God. I think I missed them all.
Didn't it? Didn't it? E-stop. Full stop. Well, that's
Speaking of full stop,
Speaking of full stop, we are going to stop and end this. We want to thank Emily and TJ for being here. I'm going to thank Patrick for coming back. Thank God he did. We'll be releasing our new episodes again every Tuesday, 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, for those that keep track of it that closely. Otherwise, just subscribe on Apple Podcasts or any other good podcatching service to have updates every week. We will see you soon. Have a good one. Bye. Bye. Did it.